This is the best FPS offline game that can be played with bots on mobile, but it seems like we are playing in multiplayer. In fact, most of the opponents are really tough, and some of them are newbie friendly. I guarantee you will love this list of FPS offline about the gameplay, the graphic. Please enjoy the video of Top 12 Best FPS Offline Games Android iOS, Most Competitive FPS Offline Game Play with Bot. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Forward Assault. Forward Assault. This game should be online multiplayer, but the progress is not finished yet. So the developer lets the player play this best FPS game into offline mode. We can pick the practice mode and adjust the enemy's difficulty, easy, medium, or hard. There is so much arena combat we can choose. The gameplay is when we kill the enemy, then their weapon will drop on the ground and we are able to pick it and obtain new guns. So far, I'm pretty sure this game is pretty ready to become real-time multiplayer online. This offline FPS can play on a low spec phone, the best FPS offline games for Android iOS. Country War. Country War. This game is probably the best FPS offline game because this FPS is not on Play Store anymore and it was a popular game before, and now you all can get the game on Google. The graphics are still worth playing now. The gameplay of Country War FPS offline game is we cannot run, we are only able to jump. Switching the weapon is possible when you get a new gun from the enemy. I notice it's quite annoying to wait about 15 seconds just to respawn. But while we are waiting for it, we can adjust the strategy to replace some weapons and other loot. This FPS offline has small size, it's about 250 MB. Combat Soldier. Combat Soldier FPS offline. So far, this is the best FPS offline with a small size. It only needs 96 MB to download, just less 100 MB. Then you will get a high graphic FPS games offline, that's really insane. When you open the game and it say about connection, just ignore it to play this offline. Then you can go to single play and challenge. Pick the difficulty, then you will play FPS shooting game with bots in a team deathmatch. I really love the control is very responsive, but the way of the character movement is quite slow. I really love that it has a special button to turn it itself in 180 degrees directly. This button will really help us in an immediate shooting to the target. Counter-Strike Offline CS. Counter-Strike Offline CS. This game is truly the best if we compare it with the CS game. The arena and the way of the character voice remind us of CS or Counter-Strike on PC. We can upgrade the weapon or try using the special gun by watching the ads. But because we play this game offline, so we are only able to play the mission mode. We must kill all of the enemies in each stage, then the next mission will be unlocked. The higher your stage is, that means the stronger the enemy will be, so keep an eye on it. This game's offline FPS has the lowest game size, it's about 72 MB and playable for low-end devices. Carnage Wars. Carnage Wars, the most beautiful graphic offline FPS games on Android iOS. In my opinion, Carnage Wars is pretty similar to CS2 Mobile in gameplay. This game has a high-intensity gameplay, super fast combat, and should be ready anytime, even though we play with some bots, but most of them have a sharp aim, so watch out. We can play this best offline FPS game in two modes, TPS or FPS. You just need to adjust it on the setting. Because this game is in development, we only have 3 main stages plus 1 stage but still in beta. This best FPS shooter game can play on low-end devices, but sometimes you will find little frame drop, but overall I would like to rate 9 to 10. Squad Strike 3. Squad Strike 3. Even this game has launched his newest sequel, which is Squad Strike 4. but this FPS game still has the best graphic to enjoy. The level of the bot can be adjustable, and watch out when you make the enemy into the highest level. His aim is very accurate. I cannot even kill a single enemy, it's way too hardcore. When I try to pick the lower enemy's level, finally I feel the gameplay getting balanced. The graphics are very good, especially the control is super responsive with very good sensitivity movement. We can change our primary gun and second gun only at the lobby. Squad Strike 3 Best Game Offline FPS Android iOS. Battlezone PvP FPS shooter. This game is only able to play offline when you have the older version. You can get it on Google because the newest version has been updated into online mode. I'm really enjoying the game because the bot level is quite low. I can easily kill them all by myself. Even if I rush on the enemy territory, it doesn't matter. I will wipe them all at once. It feels our HP is bigger than enemies, or our defense power is stronger than enemy. That makes this game is very easy to win. This best FPS offline game is good for newbies to enjoy the gameplay. The graphics are really insane and very high quality FPS offline game Android iOS. Combat Master Mobile. This best FPS offline game is very phenomenal. The game easily get downloaded by 5 million players in a flash, just less than 1 year. Such a great achievement of FPS offline genre game. In fact, the gameplay seems like CS2 Mobile or CSGO Mobile. Everything is done so fast. The character movement, reloading the ammo is pretty fast. So we really need to stay sharp in every condition. Once you are careless, then you will die. I guarantee that. The developer is really successful in improving the gameplay into the next level. The gameplay is one of the team red or blue should take a certain area to defend and get the highest score by killing all of the enemy. Absolutely best FPS game offline mobile. Squad Strike 4. This game has so much potential to become the best FPS offline shooter game. Look at how the graphics are totally insane. Everything is done perfectly. The movement, the sensitivity, and the ambient sound is really interesting. I really enjoy it at all. How to play Squad Strike 4 becomes FPS offline is, you must turn off the connection, then the game will point directly into offline mode. The enemy level is adjustable from the easy one to the hardest one. The gameplay is we can do a team deathmatch and reach the highest score. Best FPS offline games for Android iOS. Battle Forces FPS online games. Even these games title have online worlds, but you can play this FPS game offline for free. I think nowadays this game is the best high graphic FPS offline game and should become the standard graphic of the game now. This game only requires a low spec points to run this, but you must adjust the setting lower. Overall, I really love the gameplay at all. The motion capture, when we do some action, is really incredible, especially when we are healing to restore the HP, shooting and throwing the grenade. The best offline multiplayer with bot for Android iOS. Modern Alpha Strike Gun Games. The game is kinda slow, but it's good for a beginner to know the enemy location carefully. In fact, the level of the enemy is pretty easy and they don't have strong damage. It will make us easily win the whole game and kill by ourselves at all. The stage arena is quite big. We can get into the second floor to shoot the enemy by doing a flank movement in a wide area. Even if we aim the enemy from a distance, the bullet can reach the enemy. With an auto shooting and aim assist, then you will be the winner and become a decision maker. The best offline game FPS Android iOS. Local Warfare Reportable. Seriously, this game had so much update and getting better than better on every progress. I really love the mode that we can play with friends in multiplayer offline FPS games on mobile, but our team noticed some features that you can be concerned about. You can add the sound of footsteps, and also the most important thing is when you hit the opponents, please give a sound like the shout or the sound of the pain by the opponents, and I'm pretty sure these new features will make more satisfying. The movement is the best, very smooth and not laggy at all. I didn't even get any buggy. The opponent design seems like CSGO, like the costume. Oh yeah, remember to add a skin for the guns. That sounds interesting. Best FPS offline multiplayer game mobile shooting games.